Today we're going to move on with our series dealing with how to get a good stroller on a budget by buying secondhand. And we're going to talk today about the Babyzen Yoyo, which will mainly mean looking at the second generation Yoyo Plus, though we will mention the original Yoyo and the Yoyo 2 a little as well. So let's get started then, beginning with a brief look at the model itself, its strengths, weaknesses, and which lifestyles it will be a good fit for, and then move on to what you need to watch out for specifically when buying this model on the secondhand market. The Yoyo clocks in at a little over 6 kilos and folds down to 51 by 43 by 18 centimeters, which is within the IATA's guidelines for cabin luggage by a healthy margin, but without being so small as to sacrifice structural strength or performance. And in addition to falling within these guidelines, Babyzen has also taken the proactive approach of working to have the model specifically approved by most major airlines. And the only time I hear about trouble taking it on board is when it comes to budget companies with stricter than normal policies. In addition to making a great travel stroller, the Yoyo also works well as a keep-in-the-trunk model, having adapters for a variety of car seats, and can even function as your main stroller, provided that you'll be using it in smoother urban conditions, are looking for a stroller only for shorter trips, recognize that it has limited storage capacity, and also have a lifestyle where the ability to easily fold and carry your stroller is particularly appealing. And given that it's treated right, the reason that it's been included in this series is that it's already shown itself to be one of the most long-lasting Ultracompacts on the market, due to a combination of durable materials and simple reinforced mechanisms that avoid the fancy functions of many of its competitors, so as not to use their complex and fragile internal components. And as a result of this minimalistic design style, barring two areas, finding a good used Yoyo is mostly a matter of checking external and easily observable factors. Firstly, that the chassis doesn't feel altogether too loose when locked upright, in particular the locking connection under the seat and the hinged point that locks the handle, as looseness here can be a sign that the stroller has been used excessively over too rough terrain or with heavy items suspended from the handle. And secondly, that there are no visibly broken bars or connection points, and be sure to lift up the canopy on the sides and check the plastic components that the canopy ribs slot into as well, and that the textiles and harness are in good condition. Beyond this, you should specifically check the suspension point where the rear frame connects to the center of the chassis, that it doesn't feel loose or separates when folding and unfolding the model, and that the wheels feel tight. The rear wheels, specifically the ball bearings, are the point that usually goes on Yoyos, and buying new bearings or even a whole new set of wheels is not that expensive if you're up for replacing them, which, overall, is easy to do, provided that the old bearings haven't rusted to the axles. Though note that if you find an otherwise good model where this is the case, we have a video on the channel that will guide you through using power tools to cut off remnants of the old bearings. And once you've acquired a good model and replaced the wheels if necessary, my recommendation is to tighten every screw you can see and then lubricate all the moving parts with silicone spray: the hinges, central folding mechanism, handle locking mechanisms, ball bearings, brake system, and swivel wheels. WD-40 can also be used and will be better for the brake system, but otherwise silicone is sufficient in this case since the lubricant doesn't have to travel very far within the mechanisms to properly coat the components. As always, prices vary around the world, but in my experience, $200 to $300 will usually get you a Yoyo Plus in decent condition, while first generation Yoyos will usually go for a bit less. At this point, unless you can find one in particularly good condition, I generally go for the Yoyo Plus, as those early models can sometimes be pretty worn down at this point, and also because, while the shift from the Yoyo Plus to the Yoyo 2 didn't really change much, there were a few nicer changes accompanying that first update to the original Yoyo, including some structural reinforcement, a larger shopping basket, and a connection point for car seats, though this last one can be hacked with the original model as well without too much effort, and we have a video showing how to do this. As a last note here, I would advise you to steer clear of models sold with wheeled boards or heavy storage accessories, as use with these items indicates a greater degree of wear than you want with this model. And I would equally advise you not to use these items yourself if you need a wheeled board, more storage capability than the basic Yoyo provides, or even newborn options for anything other than holiday or very limited use, then this is a good indication in my opinion that you're looking at the wrong stroller for your needs. If, however, the basic Yoyo is a good fit for your needs, then in my experience, even a used Yoyo will generally both perform and hold up better than the vast majority of Ultracompacts from Silvercross, Cybex, Doona, or other premium brands. In any case, we hope you found this video interesting, and if you did, we ask that you subscribe, as it helps us to continue making videos in the future. In addition, if you are currently shopping for a stroller, we have a buyer's guide on our Patreon page which lists a wide range of models that we recommend, with a lot of technical and lifestyle related information. You can find it by following the link in the description. Thank you.